Okay, so we're going to be brave and try the very first printer test. Now, this isn't expected to be a success. It's purely a learning experience. But the software seems fairly stable now. We've got the projection code and we're going to print, if you have a look, a straightforward block of plastic, which is quite a large block for a printer of this style. I don't think anybody's really printed anything this size before, so we're not using this technique. So what we're going to do is, first of all, make sure that the press, which now has this wooden block underneath it, make sure that it goes to just about the right size to trap this paper. So we'll see what happens. I should be able to go down to an exact position. So we'll go down, say, 2,000 steps, click on that button, and it should stop before it destroys the bottom plate. And that should just nip that paper, which it does. Beautiful. So the next step is to get this resin. Now I've probably made a mistake in that I've got pigmented resin, so the UV light doesn't go through. But so far I'm fairly happy with the actual size here. I'm going to do a couple of adjustments now on the projector to make sure it's perfectly aligned here. I don't like the fact that it's coming out here a little bit white, so we'll do a couple of little adjustments. Then I'll pour this resin in, which you have to really shake, and then we'll have a go at actually printing it. Okay, let's see what happens in a minute. Okay, now I'm happy with the alignment. I'm going to put this Maker Juice resin in. As I say, it's pigmented, so it'll be a lot slower than if I'd have got a clear resin, but I'm having some difficulty getting resin supplies in the UK at the moment. So I've got my home position and basically I'm ready to start. I just press the print button down here. First though, we need the resin in. So what I'll do is I'll go up quite a few steps, say 5,000 or so, 50,000, does that matter? So up we go. That's more than enough. So time for us to throw a little bit of this resin in. Okay, let's print away. So let's go down to the start. And down. So you can get the actual air out and see if we can print. I'm going to release the start position, go down, say 20 steps, just to make sure. Okay, set the start position. Okay, and print away. Just exposing the foundation layer, and up it goes. So if you have a look at that, the foundation layers every 50 seconds or so, it should actually print a new layer, and then after the foundation layer is over, we'll start on the actual model, and then every 13 seconds, which is a little bit long, but this is the very first time we've actually tried a print, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so where it failed is we didn't get adhesion, but we did manage to print a block. So if you have a look here, you can actually see, and what we've got will print, and so we managed to print the actual thing. Yeah, and it's a bit messy. So there we have our first 3D printed sheet of card. So it's not a complete disaster, but it's got nice, sharp, well-defined edges. Okay, it's not got the right thickness, but it has cured, and we do appear to have some sort of solution. Not sure what's happened on that side. There's some light bleeding going on there, but yeah, so it's a start. The non-stick coating seems to be working quite well, and right, we'll investigate and find out what's actually happened and why. So basically the shape's correct, but it should be about 10 millimeters thick. So we'll investigate that, and I suspect the solution is... What I've got to do now is modify this projector so there's extra ultraviolet light. So what I intend to do is I intend to get this device, which is extra UV light, as you see, and what I'll do is I'll modify this timer button electronically so that it's permanently on. Then I'll put a mirror across the front, then a fibre optic line from here to that projector, and then that will pipe in extra UV light. Because as you see on the timer, it goes off because you've only got 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So I'll just bypass these buttons somehow, and then we'll see what happens. So that will increase the curing time, and then what we'll have to do then, as you see, we'll improve the quality of this lining, but this stuff's pretty good, what we've got. Just need to make it smoother. That's where we had little problems before. And we'll build directly on this plate, and we'll make it tippable so that we can get rid of the air bubbles. And it's not adhering to the wood either.